Okay, welcome to lesson 48, multiply decimals. Lesson 48 of numbers and operations. Objective. Again, I'll skip through these real fast because you can always pause this video and read it for yourself. Rules and notes. Okay, so example 1, find the product. Now, multiplying and dividing decimals is different than adding and subtracting them. So when we multiply and divide decimals, we don't worry about place value until the very end. So you got 254 multiplied by 25. Do not worry about your decimals until the very end. And I just put them in there just because I put them in there. So this is how we're going to set it up. We're going to pretend like we're multiplying 254 times 2.5, even though they have decimals in them. So let's do the math on the next page. So 254 times 25 negative, and we're multiplying. Okay, so 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 2 is 27. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. Put a 0 for place value because now we're doing 10 times 254, which becomes 20, I'm sorry. 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Now we add. 7 and 8 is 15. 3, 6. We get 6350. We have one negative in here. We have one negative. And so now here's the difference. When you multiply decimals, you count how many numbers are after the decimal. 1, 2. 2 numbers are after the decimal. There's no decimal in our number, and we know that all rational numbers have a decimal at the end. And you just move your decimal 1, 2 times. You always start with your decimal at the far right and then move it however many numbers are behind the decimal. So we moved it 2 times here. So our answer to the problem is negative 63 and 5/10 or 50 hundredths. And you don't always have to write the last 0. It just holds place value. It's only important in science when you're doing measurements. Okay, now find the product. Here we see a number next to a parentheses. And whenever a number is next to a parentheses, we treat that as multiplication. So we're going to treat this like 26 times 13. That's how we're going to treat it. But we will put the decimals in there. So you do not need to line up multiplying decimals as you did with addition and subtraction. Okay, so 3 times 6 is 18, carry the 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. All right, 0. So you got 62. I'm not going to worry about the decimals yet. So 8. 7 and 6 is 13, plus 1 is 3. Okay, so now our decimals at the end. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers behind a decimal. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 numbers. Put a 0 in. You need this 0 here. This 0 is important because it holds a place value in between the decimal point and the first number. It's not at the end, so it's not telling you about the number, but it's holding its place. So 2.6 times 13 thousandths becomes 338 ten thousandths. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So 0.0338. Okay, we have a third example here. Okay, so now we see a number next to a parentheses. So we're going to combine the numbers inside the parentheses. So do what's inside the parentheses first. 6 plus 4 is 10. 1.0. And now we can multiply. And then 7.2 times 1.0. Any number times 1 is the same number, so 7.2. There's nothing to do here. There are no numbers behind the decimal, so that's done. So those are our 3 examples. I will see you at the end of this video to recap. Okay, so we found the product. We put 0.08 over 0.5. And when it comes to multiplying decimals, it doesn't really matter which one goes on top. 5 times 8 is 40. And now we count 1, 2, 3 numbers behind a decimal. Always put your decimal at the end. Go 1, 2, 3, which gives us 0.4. 0.04, which is 4 hundredths or 40 thousandths. A negative times a negative is a positive, so we'll have a positive answer. And that's how you solve that one. 26. 7.2 times 72 times 306 basically is what it comes down to. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 times 6 is 42. 21. 7 times 3 is 21. 2, 3, 0, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3 numbers behind a decimal. 1, 2, 3 numbers. So these two numbers multiplied will give you 22.032. Okay, again, here we have a number multiplied to a parentheses. So make sure you add the numbers inside the parentheses. 1.203, because the 1.2 went right there, so I'll just rewrite the number. Times 4,008. Okay, 4,008 times 1,203. Okay, this is going to be a lot. So 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 0, 12, 0. I'll just write all the zeros in for you. 2 times 8 is 16. 0. 2 times 4 is 8. And then 1, 2, 3 zeros. And then 8,004. Adding, you get 4, 2, 6, 9. That's 11, 2, 8, 4. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers after the decimal. Put your decimal at the end, move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. So the answer to this one is 4.821624. And that's the end of this video. So hopefully you feel stronger about multiplying decimals. This video is not intended to be a one-all, be-all. Make sure you practice. Get some good practice in. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.